Commitment, enthusiasm, sacrifice, determination, self-motivation, and never giving up. These are the traits 9 soldiers exhibited this April to finish the Best Warrior Competition 2018, hosted by Army Reserve Medical Command at Fort Gordon, Georgia. This competition at Fort Gordon will go down as one of the toughest in recent history for the command.
I like doing it because it's just a good experience overall. I mean, yeah, you want to put yourself through hell, but you learn a lot about yourself when you do that.
I love to challenge myself to the limit, and this is what I always want to do.
I want to show that I was the best soldier in my unit, that I feel like that can compete.
Last year was so much fun. I learned a lot. I want to maintain that motivation level and do better.
I wanted to challenge myself and see what I can do and let my children know that I can do it as well and give them something to look forward to. My kids helped me a lot. They trained with me when I was training up for this. They would ride their bikes or run beside me.
I wanted to just challenge myself more and put myself in uncomfortable situation to just see what I'm capable of and what I can improve on.
The greatest stories come from the most difficult times. You're not going to get a story with, one day I didn't do anything at all kind of things.
The Best Warrior competitors had already competed at battalion and brigade level competitions in order to advance. Now 9 soldiers endured to the end, with none of them falling out or suffering a competition-ending injury. They have one thing in common. They like to push themselves for the sake of an ideal.
This competition pretty much signifies everything it takes to be a soldier. I mean, from the motivation that you need to pretty much summon up from the deepest parts of your body to, just getting through it mentally and physically. It's just everything about being in the Army Reserves is summed up through this competition.
The Warriors kicked off the competition with an always hard Army physical fitness test, held their first morning, and passing was not good enough. Every point mattered, as the physically fit soldiers competed for the best score. The competitors also endured a 6.2-mile road march, carrying 35 pounds in their rucksack, averaging a 15-minute per mile pace. They competed for the best score on the rifle range with the M16A2 and the M9 pistol. Their land navigation skills were tested, both during the day and at night. A significant challenge, since most of the blue markers could not be seen if the soldier wasn't close enough to the marker's location. A mystery event was placed between day and night land navigation, an obstacle course meant to challenge and physically wear down the competitors. The course was less than 2 miles long, but the obstacles were difficult after an already demanding day. Not all the events in the competition were physical. Competitors also completed both an essay focused on readiness and a written test, which measured their overall soldier knowledge and communication skills. Finally, an ARMEDCOM competition would not be complete without testing their combat casualty care capabilities, challenging competitors to care for the wounded soldier while under enemy fire. The last requirement was the Sergeant Major's Appearance Board. Soldiers were graded on appearance and their knowledge of current events, regulations, and Army history. Responses varied from opinions to facts, as well as memorized creeds. There were some perks to the competition that were not scored, but just an experience for the Best Warrior contender, like a helicopter ride, dropping them to their next mission, and a small group breakfast with the ARMEDCOM Commanding General, Major General Mary Link. The soldiers had a few candid questions or curiosities for her to get to know her better as a leader. In the end, U.S. Army Reserve Soldier Specialist Christopher Polk and non-commissioned officer Sergeant Joseph McGough won the honor of going on to the next level to represent ARMEDCOM at Army Reserve Best Warrior Competition at Fort Bragg in June against 25 other soldiers who were also the best of the best from their major subordinate commands. Both soldiers were awarded an Army Commendation Medal and presented a trophy. Before the winners were revealed, they shared their views of the competition.
The experience will stick with you. Even if you don't win, you still get to come here and do things that you'll never do anywhere else. So for me, this has been a really big experience as far as developing into a leader. So when I go back, I'll have more tools in my bag that I can use to get my unit more functional.
I think that it's a great tool to help evaluate yourself and find where your weaknesses are and your strengths, because how can you improve yourself if you don't know where you're weak and where you're strong? I think the more we challenge ourselves, the better we can be, and we can use what we learn in the Army in every aspect of our life. I truly believe that, as far as whether it's being a parent, a spouse, in our civilian jobs, no matter what that is, as long as we apply the things that the Army teaches us as far as values and leadership, then we can be successful.
Reporting from Fort Gordon, Georgia, for Army Reserve Medical Command Public Affairs, I'm Sergeant First Class Kenny Scott.